Hey, Will, cocaine. Stephen A., what was that election all about?
It's the economy, stupid. It's immigration. It's crime in the streets. And it's such a strong tilt to the progressive left where we're talking about transgender issues and culture wars and identity politics and all of this stuff. We're sick of all of that. That makes total,
Oh,
Right.
total sense to me.
oh.
And I'm good with it. Even though I didn't vote for him, I'm not as taken aback and feeling like nothing but gloom and doom and the world is coming to an end because the person that I voted for didn't win. Because to be honest with you, I wasn't that damn high on her. I was just scared of him and how he would be.
Right.
And that was my issue. But I don't blame you or others for not feeling that way based on their issues. You're absolutely right.
I have two things I want to hit with you before we let you go. You know, you've said this a lot, and this is kind of interesting to hear from you, that the woke left crazy stuff went way too far. And I know you. I know some of this stuff would be not in your wheelhouse.
Absolutely.
I feel like a lot of this stuff started, Stephen A., when we were together. A lot of this stuff started really like in 16, I don't know, in that range. I was on First Take with you. Now, we weren't doing gender stuff and stuff like that.
Right.
But the idea of wokeness and everything is racist, this started when we were together. And I'll say one other thing. You weren't, honestly, Max was way more predictable against me than you during that time. But you were definitely not someone I would have ever predicted would wake up one day and go, this is too much, this is too far. Don't you look back on it a little bit and go, all of the craziness started back then when we were together like in 17, 18?
Me, Will, my honest answer to that is no, because I think that sometimes, as well as you know me, and we are buddies, I think sometimes what you don't get about me is that I'm going on a case-by-case basis, even when it's race. And what I'm doing is giving you a perspective that you may not have because of the lens that you're viewing something from. It's not to say that every instance is that way. There were a lot of times that I agreed with you, but I would tell you, yo, Will, this is how other folks feel. I get it, but you have to understand why they might not get it.
Okay, let's get there right now. All right, because we done said a mouthful. Case-by-case basis. Let's start there. What a skill. What a muscle to have. To look at every situation and detach it from narrative. Detach it from storyline. Detach it from what you think is supposed to happen. Like to look at it independently. Not dependent on what has happened before. Not even interdependent, like it's woven into something else. I truly think that is a tremendous asset Stephen A. Smith has that he's speaking of. It's something that I really practice when I hear instances, when I hear incidents. And a lot of times you take a lot of criticism when you do that. Because a lot of times people want to come up to you with social equity. They want to come up to you and say, hey, man, guess what? Police pulled me over. And then you're waiting as they give you that pregnant pause. And you're like, okay, you got pulled over. But the expectation is you know what happened. No, I don't. You got pulled over. Nah, you know what happened. He was tripping. Okay, that's an example. Same guy, you in the car with him and you get pulled over. And you realize why the police was tripping. Because he already has his social equity built up to the point where his narrative is police trip. So instead of meeting that officer like he's a unique individual, like a person, like the homie you went to high school with who decided to go to the force while you decided to go work at Kmart. And he pulls you over, and with that resentment, those expectations, that social equity that's built up that is not good, oh, you just like a Molotov cocktail, ready to burst. Pow. Don't believe me? It's real. He also talked about identity politics. Stephen A. said that. Now, I mean, come on now, look. My brother. Like, that's identity politics, too, when the conversation gets sliced up into, I'm speaking for my brother. But if he's trying to address it, if he's tired of it, he's getting rid of it, I'm hoping that's real, not just something he's saying to his homeboy Will Cocaine. And here's the last point so far. Talking about voting and who'd you vote for. Because I don't care enough about politics in the respect of judgment. On this show, we just talk about things. We ain't talking about who you voted for. We ain't gonna make you alienate 50 and 50, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's necessary. But what I do think is necessary is to explain yourself, no matter where you are. And in explaining it, I heard Stephen A. said is scared of Donald Trump, not impressed by Kamala. Which one are you? A lot of people are asking me, man, who you gonna vote for? I said, look, Kamala, he said it, not impressive. I was like, I question her political intellect. How dare you? Look, if she was a dude, I don't care. I'm talking about experience. I'm talking about interviews. I'm talking about clips. I'm talking about every time I saw you do a sit down. I'm talking about the nervous laughter. And I know people that work with her, working on staff. I would have told her to her face. I should have just responded to all them texts. I got more texts from her than I did my wife last 2 months. Come on, mama. I just wasn't impressed by her political intellect. I was impressed by President Trump's experience compared to hers, direction, leadership. And to me, leadership is different. Y'all know I love Kevin Durant, so y'all gonna question me what I think a leader is. Y'all don't believe he a leader. I think a leader is somebody who gets it done. I think we sometimes lose that. We think leader is the one who's rah-rahing and the one who's talking, and then all of a sudden it happens. That's the leader, the one who talks the most. I would defer to the one who got it done. And I think you say what you want about Donald Trump, he was getting things done. Now, it don't take a scientist to guess who I voted for, but since I don't want to put you in that position, I'm not going to put myself in that position. But if y'all ask, y'all know I'm going to tell you. You know I'm going to say it.
And a lot of times we were arguing about that as opposed to you and Max, who were really, really arguing across those ideological lines. I don't get caught up in all of that. Racism exists. Prejudice exists. There's no way around that. But everything ain't about race. Everything ain't about racism. Everything ain't about prejudice. Definitely. And sometimes when you make that argument too much, you dilute it and it falls on deaf ears. Like one of the things that I would come at you with, and you laughed when I said this sometimes. I said, Will, did it ever occur to you you might feel as passionate as you do about it because you're sick and tired of hearing other people whistling into the wind about that stuff all the damn time? You're frustrated, and you've been waiting to get at people to challenge them on it because you've spent most of your life having to listen to it. Made perfect sense. If you hear something enough, that's what's going to happen. The Democrats will come at us and, oh my goodness, everything the conservatives do. You got to engage in demagoguery. You got to go at the conservatives. You got to say they must hate black people. They don't care about this. They don't care about that. Well, wait a damn minute. Isn't it possible that their policy on this particular issue might be better than yours? And if you feel otherwise, then tell me that. Yeah. Don't tell me he's white, he's racist, he doesn't care about you. That's why you shouldn't go with that side. Show me how your policies are better.
Dang. Gems out here. And it goes both ways. Like, hold on, dog. Instead of just convincing me by the proof of the policy, which I can make an informed decision on, you trying to impress me by just saying we banging on them, and I have no reason to understand why. Just because we don't like them. So, y'all remember back in the days, a black person talking proper English. I'm talking Webster. You know, we in the dictionary. This sucker is enunciating. Trying to sound white. You mean trying to sound like I know proper English? You know how it goes. If you're a white person, and you like NASCAR, you like some good old rock and roll, hair's long, ain't got a lot of black friends, oh, he got to be racist. We know what it looks like. Black kids skateboarding. Got the chain around his little waistband. Got some Vans on. They look like sneakers. He trying to act white. You know him. Hair short, rapper, loves boxing. Worked at First Take. My boy. He trying to act black. Oh, I hate that. I hate that because I'm black. So everything I do is how a black person acts because I'm black. You get it? It's almost like I make things black because I do it and I'm black. You make things white and you do them because you're white. So guess what? Sooner or later, it ain't nothing we're doing that is boxed in and determined and defined as white or black because we doing it all. That's the way it's supposed to be. We like to box it in and call it culture. Box it in and call it the code. If you thinking I'm going to be on code, I ain't. I'm corny. Oh, that ain't a black trait. Yeah, it is because I'm black and I'm corny.
And that to me is how I've always been. And you are right
Well,
that a lot of it percolated even more since 2016 after Trump got in office. But it's clear that in some instances, people were setting the stage to make that argument in 2020. And in 2020, it worked. In 2024, it didn't.
one thing you're saying that's fair, and I do try to be self-aware about, is don't just be reactionary. If I think everybody's yelling it's racist too much, that doesn't mean every single instance is not racist. I have to look at it, and I try to, Stephen A. I truly do. And I think you would attest to that. On a case-to-case basis, you know. Some of our most famous ones were talking about Kate Smith, you know, and the statue in Philadelphia. Again, that's all over YouTube. All right, man. I don't know when your deal's up, and I was going to ask you. I was going to text you.
Let me say this to you real quick, because it's something that you need to know.
Let's go.
To give you a perfect example of what we're talking about. My family, my sisters, did not like you. They couldn't stand Wilkie, okay? And quite frankly, they thought you were racist at times. They met you, and they've loved you ever since. And they said, we had him all wrong. We had him all wrong. All wrong. We were wrong about him. Yes. Yes, what I'm saying.
I didn't know that. I like that.
Just like you can, just like others misconstrue you, you've misconstrued people from time to time based on a bigger issue. Sure. It happens.
It happens. And it does happen. And you want to know why it happens? Other than the fear of the unknown, which is a large portion of this, the fact that we don't have proper exposures, even adults. I know adults that haven't left their locales. You know, I'm from the family where the first flight my mom ever took was to go see her baby play football in the NFL. College. Did my mama come to a college game? I don't think she did. My dad did it, but I don't think my mom did. Y'all get it? Like these exposures. I always quote The Circle of Life, that song. Ah, Lorraine, yeah, Lorraine, yeah. Because they say, see more than there's to be seen. And do, there's more to be done. Now, I probably butcher those lyrics, but that's how I hear it. There's more to do than you can do. There's more to see than you can see. Stop acting like you know it all, man. And I just don't understand how you think you could really get an emotional understanding, a perplexed understanding of someone based on epidermis. Like you really think you know me because you see me. Are you kidding me? Do you know how good an actor I am? You know how good a liar I am? Do you know how good an actor I know you are? How good a liar I know you are? Yesterday, I went to this event for the Chargers. Shout out to the Chargers, love them. And everything was great. But I saw this lady walking in. She was walking into the same venue. And pretty tall, blonde lady. Super skinny, though. But still, pretty, all that. And she was hitting something. Some kind of, I don't know what it was. Vape, drugs, something. She was hitting it, though. And then she walked in there and then was like, you know, kind of life of the party. And I was just like, damn. Like we all do. We got vices. We got Energizer Bunny rabbits, you know, that we tap into that. And that's who we are for that moment. But who was she before that? Before she hit that and got zooted? Because she wasn't like that in that parking lot walking there. I saw her. And then I saw her go. She just turned into an Autobot. She just transformed into a whole new animal. It's crazy. We all do it. So why we act like we know somebody when we know what we see ain't nothing but an act? Catch that? Let's get here. Catch this.
Maybe one day, be late night. I don't know, ABC, whatever. All the dudes came out last night. Yeah. Fallon, Kimmel, Colbert. They gave funerals, right? I mean, absolute. Jimmy Kimmel cried, Stephen A. And I know he's in the family over there at ABC Disney. He cried, literally cried. Here's my question for you.
You hear that? That would not have been Stephen A. And I know Jimmy Kimmel. Come on, man.
Now, I want to know what you would have done last night.
Well, what I would have done is what you saw me do on the Stephen A. Smith show on YouTube and iHeartRadio.
Say it, brother.
I acknowledged we got a new president. He romped her, and American people have spoken. You can say what you want, but this country has said we went too far left. Enough's enough. We got to stop this nonsense. It's about our pocketbooks, and it's about safety, period. And if you don't like it, get over it. And so for me, I would have tried, because obviously it's late night, I would have tried to be a bit funny and humorous with it and let everybody know it's not gloom and doom. We've dealt with a lot in our society, and we're going to deal with a lot more in years to come, long after Donald Trump is gone, no matter what you think. But in the end, it is always good when the American people stand up and they're as unified as they came across this past election. When you win 48 states, when you see whether it's red or blue all over the place, that's the American people speaking. We didn't like what we have. We want this. And when you have that, you have to listen. And so it would not have been a postmortem. It would not have, it certainly would not have been me crying. I'm not crying over the fact that Donald Trump is the president. Do I like it? No. But the bottom line is the economy was doing well before COVID.
All right, we're going to get it back. All right,
and the bad,
we got it. We got it. Late night, you ain't crying. You're going to get a late night show. I love it. Will Kane gave him his flowers too and said that late night show you would get, Stephen A. would be better than Jimmy Kimmel, just to show it boys some love, just to let you guys know what happened at the end of that interview. Okay. Stephen A. said the country went too far left. Y'all been watching this show? Duh. That's why people clowned at first when I started doing this show. Oh, hold on. Let me get this right. Don't you dare. Better recognize. Yeah. People start clowning. Won't you take a stance? Why are you always talking about both sides? Well, here you go, trying to be objective. What you think? And what I think is exactly what I say. I actually look at every situation that comes my way, and the first thing that happens when I know I got involved with something, I had an altercation, I had a confrontation, I say, what did I do to make that happen? Accountability. First thing I say is, could I have avoided that? How did I fuel that? Now, I don't always let the world know, but I'm having that internal conversation. On this show, what I'm trying to do is promote unity, Latifah, UNITY, but in a real way, not some old like, I got to tuck myself in, because this is why I don't like PC culture. That's why I'm gangster. I don't like PC culture because it's asking you not to be real, but then to unite. That ain't gonna last. I'm gonna tell you I don't like that, but I'm still cool with you. That's gonna last. All right? Not PC, but CPT. CPT culture. Locker room. Why you think I'm in a locker room? Because in the locker room, we told you, hey, fat boy, sit your ass down, sorry ass. And that was your boy. Man, if you don't get your broke, no playing, making butt out, that's your boy. We going to battle in about 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, your wife ugly, bruh. I don't care. When you gonna get some money? Like, that's life. And it's funny when you go on your golf trip, when the ladies go on their ladies trip, their girls trip, y'all keeping it real. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way the world's supposed to look. Unfortunately, it look a damn mess right now because everybody trying to act like they get it. They're trying to act like we're all good. Do you know to make it all good, you got to be all right with all the bad to make it all good? You have to. But we're going to keep lying. We're going to keep being PC, and we're going to keep our distance instead of uniting like we should. Just keep it real. CPT culture. Speaking of keeping it real, I told y'all about these polls out here, and I told you that Trump was going to win because in the national polling, he was too damn close. And I knew the old mantra of Democrats take polls and Republicans don't. Polls predicted a close race. Trump won handily. Pollster says one thing is very clear. Let me tell you what that one thing is that's very clear. People be lying. Here's a quote. Rather than us being like, oh, gee, we don't know what's going on. No. This is very clear. This election answered the question of whether the underlying pattern of Democrats being more likely to take surveys than Republicans is still with us or it's gone away. The answer is still with us. In some parts of the country, it might have gotten worse. Yes. You don't believe me? That's why I didn't do many polls and all that stuff on this show. Before Trump, remember, Former President Barack Obama overcame his polling forecast to beat Mitt Romney in 2012. Polls said he wasn't. 2016, 538 showed Hillary Clinton leading Trump by like 4 points on election day. In 2020, President Biden led Trump by 8.4 percentage points, a large lead in what still ended up being a close race, etc. Stop lying. I'm glad Stephen A. got in the back of that car on the way to another country because he out of here. Now I'm stop. He and kept it real with his boy Will Cocaine. What I also like is the fact that even though Stephen A. voted for Kamala, it seemed like he supported every Trump policy. Like what? Is that he can have the civil discourse. Because I think what we do is this zero-sum game of, who'd you vote for? I know everything about you. Versus, tell me everything about you and what you felt in the policies, and then let me guess who you voted for. And really, you don't even got to tell me because my guess is as good as yours. Bring us together, y'all. Let's figure this thing out by talking through it all. All of it. Yeah, all of it. My salt and pepper beard, yep. My chipmunk cheeks they're starting to go away, but still a little too, look at that. When you touch yourself, collagen and fat. You know what I'm saying? Fact that I don't look the same. All that, it's okay. Look in the mirror, y'all, and then look through it, through the window. Make sure we all build and grow together. That's the game plan over here. All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Log on to projecttransition.org. Why do you have to do that? Oh, I'll tell you why as soon as I get through all these click-throughs. Y'all hear that music? Through the music on to the song. I know I want to live long. I'm not wrong. Hit a gong for my rap. Don't clap, all right? Make sure you help these kids not rap like that and educate and empower them, the itty bitties. Let them know they can be corny if they want to. Don't matter, right? All that and more. And what else we got? If you do that, I want you guys to become gym members. Yes, let's get to that. This is a gym membership, a giver every month. I see you guys doing it every single day. I will send you this book, autographed, signed, sealed, and delivered. Never Shut Up. The life opinions and unexpected adventures of an NFL outlier. Yeah, me, that's who. So make sure you guys do that, and we always give you love, always give you recognition, always give you the support you give us. Like my man, Robert Miller, who made a one-time $40 donation supporting Project Transition. Love for you guys. Have an amazing day out there. Go get that thing on your computer. What's up, y'all? It's Marcellus Wiley, founder of Project Transition and proud gym member. I'm excited to share with you an opportunity that will support our kids on their mission to making their dreams a reality. At Project Transition, we believe that real change comes from consistent action and support. That's why we invite you to join our powerful gym membership program that is making a difference every single day. As a gym partner, by giving every month, you'll fuel our mission by providing monthly support that turns into real empowerment and education for underserved youth. Your commitment reduces school dropouts, nurtures communities, and funds impactful programs like the Rising Stars Academy that we share. Together, we can turn potential into prosperity. Join the group of community champions driving change. Your contributions will help aid success by providing essential educational resources, building critical life skills, and fostering community strength. There's no better feeling than knowing your support will ignite hope, foster dreams, and empower the next generation. Join us today and be a part of transformative change. Help our youth become greater than their greatest excuse. Become a gym partner. Thank you.